I understand why you are here. Either your law school's panel viva is coming up, or you are scared just contemplating the idea of being surrounded by a panel of professors who are taking your law school viva, maybe your first ever law school viva. Do not worry, I am here. I will simplify how the Viva is conducted and what all you need to keep in mind, what is the strategy you need to adopt to ace your law school Viva in very simple steps. Hi guys, this is Isha Kapoor and you're watching Vlogish. The first and the most important step towards your law school Viva's preparation is to sort out your syllabus and hence the reading material as well. Now, to sort out your syllabus, you definitely need to write down all the topics that are coming in your law school's Viva at one sheet of paper. At that sheet of paper, do also write what all sources or what all reading material you're going to refer for each topic. I would like to advise, do not refer to lengthy books, treatises, do not refer to commentaries for preparing for the law school Viva. Rather, focus on your class notes, your handwritten notes, the notes given by your teachers, professors, or even the notes that are available on the internet, along with the bare acts that are coming in your syllabus. Now, you do not need to learn and cram everything. Rather, have an approach which is based on understanding of the concepts. I will give you a very solid reason for this. Throughout my law school vivas, I have scored marks that were greater than 90 in most of the cases. Only in one case I got 80, I think 88 or 87 out of 100, because the panel was very strict. And if you're getting somewhere around more than 70 marks in your law school viva, I think that's a very decent score to score for a law student. How do you get to that? I won't say that I had the answer to each and every question that my teacher had. I mean, I didn't have the exact answer. For example, your professor may ask, what is the relevant section for this purpose and what are the key ingredients? While you may remember the relevant section, at times you may forget the exact name of ingredient that is there, because of course we are not machines that will cram everything. We are not robots designed to cram things. But at that instance, what you can do is, you can say, what I used to do is, I used to say that okay, professor, I do not remember, or ma'am or sir, I do not remember the exact name of the ingredient, but I can explain the section to you through a illustration. So illustrations are given in every bare act. That is why I said you need to refer to the bare acts first. Now, when you give that illustration, the professor understands that you know the concept really well from the depth, and that's what is required from their end as well. I won't say that each professor follows this approach, but this impresses most of them. Also, you need to know case laws on every subject. Refer to as many case laws as you want. I won't say that you need to read full judgments, but you need to have your handwritten notes. You need to at least know a paragraph about each judgment. And in that paragraph, I want you to know brief facts. You just need to know two or three lines facts, what all happened in the case, who all were involved, nothing more than that. You definitely need to know the issue and the law that was laid down in the case law, and how that case law changed the scenario when it comes to the law. If you're preparing for your law school viva, I'm sure you're one of those persons who needs certain classes on certain subjects, because many a times we feel that although we have studied a lot, but we still need some revision, we still need someone to guide us. And if you're also preparing for the judicial services exam, then also this is very helpful for you. Olive Board is a platform which is helping students in such a way that they have come up with certain free demo classes on many of the subjects. And do not worry, these demo classes are not such where after 2 minutes they will ask you to pay 5,000 rupees for watching another 10 minutes of the lecture. No, I have verified it myself. They have given you complete 1 hour, an hour, 1.5 hour long lectures on very important concepts that come in the judicial services exams. And even if you are not preparing for the judicial services exams, then also it is very helpful for you as a law student only, because you also study such concepts, you also prepare for the exams for such concepts and a lot more things. So I have seen, I will put it on the screen, that there are speed revision tests for constitution law, for contract act, for the criminal laws, and many other laws as well. So it is a proper video in which a professor, a teacher is sitting, who's an expert in the subject and who will explain you all the aspects related to the topic. So I think if you are a law student, especially if you are somebody who's preparing for the judicial services exams, then you must visit their website. I have given their link in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Just go through that link and you will be able to access the free demo classes that they're giving. Not only the demo classes, but they are also giving you certain free mock tests on for the judiciary aspirants. So if you want that as well, then you can check out that also. In their free demo lectures, they have explained everything, starting from the origin, the history, then going to the concept, then going to the laws that are there, then going to the provisions that are there, then they also refer to the relevant case laws. So if you are looking for a good video on a certain topic and you don't want to pay for it right now, you just need some free guidance quickly for your judicial services exam or for your law school exams, then you should visit the Olive Board's website. Now that you know all these things, I would also like to advise you that you must prepare a time bound chart, a timetable or a revision chart, as you may want to call it. So this revision chart will help you to understand what all topic you will cover in one day, then what topics you will cover the next day, and what all topics you are going to cover in the days you have to prepare for the Viva. Do not spend more time than the stipulated time on one concept, because it's a Viva. It's an oral exam. It's a discussion that is going to happen between you and the professors. So Vivas are not exams for which you can be fully prepared. Like you can say that I know each and every provision, I know each and every section, everything's on my tip, and whatever the professor will ask, I'll just give an answer quickly. No, you don't need to think about that. Just think of it as a discussion with the intellectuals, because the people who will be sitting there will be experts in their domain, will be experts in their subject. And many a times it may feel like there's a lot of pressure on you because you are sitting before a panel which is really experienced. But you do not need to be pressurized. Reason, they also know that they are going to take Viva of students. They are going to train you. They want to test you on certain aspects, but they definitely do not want to embarrass you. So I must remind you that at times when the panel sees that a student is really trying to cope up with the pace of the Viva, really trying to give all the answers, if the student doesn't know the section, he's trying to give me the illustration to explain it all to me, then they also cooperate with you. They also try to make you learn and understand. So do not worry about the aspect of marking over there. The professors will do their thing. They are smarter than us at times. Now, what is the biggest fear in a Viva? Panel. What kind of panel will I get? What all questions will they give me? Typically, you get to know the panel 1 or 2 days before the Viva, or even if you get to know it a few hours before your scheduled Viva exam, you must research a little about that panel. You must know who are the teachers sitting there. You must know their faces. At least when you will go into the room, you will have a sense of familiarity that, I have seen this face. I think this face is really familiar. And that creates a kind of confidence, that instills a kind of confidence in you. That is what I have felt. I think this tip should work with you also. Now, once you know the panel, discuss it with your fellow mates. Discuss about the panel, discuss about the teachers that are sitting there, how they react to certain situations, how peculiar they are, what kind of answers, what kind of questions you expect from them, what kind of answers they expect from you. It will be like an ice-breaking session for you. Moreover, before the Viva, you should also discuss the questions, the concepts with your fellow mates, with your classmates, your batchmates. When you discuss certain concepts with someone, you never know what question comes to which person's mind. So, जितने ज़्यादा minds होंगे, उतनी ही ज़्यादा आपकी understanding भी होगी. That is what I am trying to convey to you. Once you are done with studying, once you are done with collecting all the reading material, I would tell you to definitely make handwritten notes. Now, because you have less time in hand, just make point-wise notes, make pointers. Like if you are referring to a particular concept such as insolvency, write about what insolvency is, what is the law, what are the relevant sections, read from the Bare Act, thereafter read 3-4 cases on the concept, write the names of the cases, and write the law laid down in the cases. You do not even need to write down the facts over there if you have less time. If you have more time, then definitely go ahead, write as much as you want, but not a lot. Be limited to certain number of pages. Because at the day of the viva, at the morning of the viva, or one day before your viva is scheduled to happen, I don't want you to be sitting with a pile of notes or books to revise. No, you just need to revise on the concepts that you have already learned. You just need to build on those concepts and discuss it with a few people here and there. Third way, I think very important step in this is preparing a question bank. Whenever you get to know a particular question from someone, write it down in a notebook. Whenever you are in your classes and your teacher says that okay, this person has asked a really relevant question, I really like your question, the professor says this, write down that question, write down the answer to that question as well. Whenever you get to know that from your seniors that, once my professor asked me this question over this particular topic, and I think it was I really appreciate the kind of question my professors ask, you should write that question down then and there. Whenever you will be studying, certain questions will come to your mind as well. Write all those questions down. Contemplate what the professor may ask you. If you are preparing for certain competitive exams, or if you are solving certain question banks, preparing for some quizzes, do borrow questions from there also. Write it down. By this way, you will be able to prepare your own question bank. Maybe if you can refer to the previous year questions of your college or university or institute, refer to questions from that question paper as well. Now you will have a topic wise question bank. You have already prepared for the viva. Why do you need to be then why do you need to worry about it? No, the last step is just to chill, do not contemplate, just relax as much as you can. I want to tell you one very important thing. These viva exams are the ones that were always my favorite. One reason is because for me, that day used to be like the day of a thriller movie. I used to be very excited about the kind of panel I'm going to face. I know there'll be butterflies in my stomach at certain point, be it for a minute or for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes before I'll be waiting for my turn to visit the panel. But I think these Viva exams were those exams from which I learned the most. I'm not even kidding here. I learned how to react in situations when you feel a lot of pressure on your head. I learned how to deal with a situation where you know that these 5 or 10 minutes involve your 100 marks. I learned how to give answers to questions you have never heard. I learned how to make a connect between concepts, how to solve hypothetical situations at the time when the panel gives you such a situation in just 1 or 2 minutes, taking time for a few seconds or 1 or 2 minutes and saying that, okay, I'll solve it right now, here only. I learned that cramming is not important, but what is important is understanding. I learned how people, how professors, how intellectual minds get impressed by the way you express yourself, by the way you speak certain things, by the way you connect laws with certain concepts, by the way you answer their hypothetical situations. I learned that not only reading the laws, reading the books is important, but being updated with what is happening around you, around the world is essential. Sometimes you also learn how to lead the viva. Not always. I think in most of the circumstances, in most of the situations, not the professors, but the students lead viva. You know how that happens. The panel, anybody from the panel, one professor from the panel asks you one certain question, and you think that this question is in my favor. I know this subject really well. Then you you give your answer to the point, but then you say a statement. Maybe you refer to a recent decision that has been passed by the Supreme Court, and then you say that I think this approach was also reflected in the recent decision given by the Honorable Supreme Court. I think this honorable judge gave a really nice opinion, which I also concur with. From there on, you know that the professor is such that he will take on from this question only. He will start discussing from that question. That's how you are leading the viva. That's how you are not telling the panel to ask your preferred question, but that's happening for you automatically because you used some of the gray matter there. So don't worry, you will also learn a lot of things. I think Viva days will also be your favorite days. Do not be under pressure, it's okay. It's just another exam, it's just another day when you will be able to learn a lot. And I wish you all the best if you're preparing for it. If you are just here to know what happens in a law school Viva, thank you for watching this video. I will meet you very soon again with a new video on a new concept. Bye for now.